Hello, Patriots, and welcome back to the Patriot Dad channel, where we can discuss current events and modern issues, all while keeping it as real as possible. Again, today I did not think I would be making another video, but yet again, the Olympics going on in Paris has given me a reason to make another video. Now, in a crazy turn of events, I don't know if you know this, but the Nutsack Olympics is now trending on X. Guys, this is a wild time to be alive. We just need to be patient. Try not to get blackpilled and just stay united. But before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that during the ramp up to the 2024 election, the Rogue Dermatologist and the Patriot Dad channel are collaborating to bring you another great deal. In remembrance of the attempt on Trump's life, if you follow the link to trumpmug24.com, it'll take you straight here. Scroll down, add it to your cart, go to checkout, enter the code PDMUG, and you'll save 20%. Take advantage of this offer while it's still available. Now, back to the video. And if you can afford to, support the channel in either that way or use our promo code when you're ordering your coffee from Coffee Brand Coffee. If you cannot afford to support us in those ways, you can always join the Discord, where we are building our community of like-minded individuals and where we can have open and free discussions about the various things going on in our crazy world. Now, as a follow-up to last night's depravity opening ritual for the Olympics that involved the Last Supper, the fourth horseman of the apocalypse, and the golden calf, even though that got community noted because it was a bull, not a calf, and it's fine. Okay, guys, they still incorporated it into their presentation, and it's still aligned with all of the other biblical references going on last night in the opening depravity. In answer to this, what has happened tonight? Because if you remember, last night, this is what we were seeing. Utterly depraved and unacceptable, especially for the corporate sponsors. You have companies like Toyota and Intel that are sponsors of this event. Now we have companies like C-Spire here, who should be lauded and more people should emulate, that say they were shocked by the mockery of the Last Supper during the opening ceremonies of the Paris Olympics. C-Spire will be pulling our advertising from the Olympics. Congratulations, C-Spire. Big fan, and it looks like the comments support you. Gunther Eagleman, thank you. I mean, therefore I am. God bless you. Patriot Oasis. There we go. Native Patriot. Respect. Cat turd. Claps. But guys, this is the way. This is how you win the culture war. You support the people who make the right decision, and you continue to not support the people who don't. So Intel, Toyota, any of the other companies that are still advertising and supporting this depraved Olympics, I don't support you anymore. And I encourage our entire community to also not support those companies ever again, until they correct their ways and apologize. Just like AB InBev, who is also a sponsor of this Olympics, who brought us the Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light scandal. Now you gotta remember, just because you don't like Bud Light doesn't mean you go buy a Modelo, because those brands are all owned by AB InBev. Make sure you do your homework and try to support these companies as little as possible. Now, what was the news that brought me back to you instead of trying to get some sleep? Well, I think the Lord has answered, because as Alex Jones says here, God will not be mocked. Nick Sortor lets us know that, and I've seen it all over X, is that there are widespread power outages going on right now across Paris, which is the location of the Nutsack Olympics. Just like we've seen recently when large cultural events happen that take the Lord's name in vain, or that do things that are very counter-Christian or counter-culture, there seems to be very swift repercussions for it. Just like I'm sure y'all remember Heather McDonald, who made jokes and mocked Jesus Christ right before this happened. It's not very funny, is it? Yeah, fractured her skull. Very swift. Even if you're not a Christian, we need to understand that directly targeting a worldwide religion in this manner is just not advisable. I wouldn't advise anybody do it to Judaism. I wouldn't advise anybody do it to Islam. I wouldn't advise anybody do it to Christianity. I wouldn't advise anybody do it to any large religious group, guys. It's just not smart. Because even if it's a complete coincidence, guess what? The power outage is now caused by God, whether that was what actually happened or not. I used to work in grid control. I know how these things work. Usually it's a control relay that's set improperly. Its selective tripping was configured improperly. It's an animal got into a live circuit in a substation and tripped it, and the transmission system is overloaded, and therefore when you lose one substation and the load fails over to a different one, you overload that one, and you end up with a cascading chain reaction that the grid operators are responsible to isolate. Now, maybe they were too busy watching the Olympics and they didn't do their job. Who knows? I've worked at power plants that have blacked out entire counties because they had to protect themselves and the counties around them. But again, you take the Lord's name in vain and you do a bunch of depraved stuff and then you have a power outage, everybody's going to blame the depraved things you did. And maybe that's what actually happened. It's hard to say. And I'm sure they're going to do an investigation and they'll put out that it was just an accident. But show me what actually caused the accident. Don't just say it's an accident. This is not the power outage you're looking for, because I'm just not going to believe it, and I doubt many of you will either. So for now, the Nutsack Olympics continues in the dark, or doesn't, and the power outage was caused by the depraved display at the opening ritual that was extremely questionable at best, but also had people exposing their parts, and there were children present, and so many other just awful things, guys. Like, other people's cultures are laughing at us. And why do I say other cultures are laughing at us? Well, you know that group that we said couldn't join the Olympics because they're just too offensive? Well, guess what? The Russians are laughing at us. You can see here, completely making fun of the whole thing. And who can blame them? We excluded them because they got involved in Ukraine and we thought they were the big bad evil people. So we said, no Olympics for you. You know what? I bet from a marketing perspective, they're glad that they're not involved in these Olympics. I'm embarrassed that we're involved in it. Any country should be embarrassed that they're involved in it. This inclusive opening ritual that they put on is just completely unacceptable. The year is 2060. They're laughing at us, and they should. So I don't know what your thoughts are about all of it. I think most people with sense think that opening ceremony was depraved and disgusting. I don't think it was inclusive at all. You mocked and ridiculed 2.4 billion plus people. The Abrahamic faiths, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity all believe in the Old Testament God. Is it really smart to make fun of all of us? It just doesn't seem like it is, guys. What are your thoughts on that? You let me know down in the comments. Did you enjoy the opening ritual? And I'm going to keep calling it a ritual because it was not a ceremony. It was a ritual. It was demonic, it was depraved, and it was just awful. That's my opinion. What's yours? I look forward to reading about it. Thank you to those of you that made it to the end of the video. I greatly appreciate your support. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you like it and leave a comment below. And if you want to see more videos like this one on the channel, please make sure you subscribe and click the little bell icon so you can be notified when I upload additional content. If you have a recommendation for a future topic or video you want to see on the channel, please leave it in a comment below, as the majority of the reaction content on this channel comes from viewer recommendations from people just like you. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. God bless. And bye for now. Go ahead and check out one of the links on the screen now to either subscribe to the channel and see the rest of the videos of the channel, or one of the carefully selected videos that you may wish to see that YouTube has used its algorithm to select for you.